Hello, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and I want to share with you about the full moon in the sign of Taurus that will happen on November 5th, 2025. It carries the themes of earthy and being grounded within the beauty of what you are becoming, who you are becoming. If you're ready for a personal consultation, you can find that in the link below. In this all 12 signs astrology forecast, I want to share insights and the guidance in order to help you reconnect with your own inner wisdom and align with the natural rhythm of the universe. I do want to share about my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast that they are now available. Each one includes a full hour video and a detailed PDF forecast guide that involves the key transits, eclipses, the planetary shifts, everything that you need in order to navigate your year with clarity and confidence. You can purchase just one sign or you can bundle all 12. You can find that at willowgracemystic.com or in the link below. If you are new here, welcome. I blend traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology in order to help and support you to align with your soul's path. So thank you for liking, subscribing, and let's dive in. So for my Aries friends, this full moon, it illuminates your second house of things that you value. The second house is about your personal worth, your personal resources, your money, your cash, your talent, your skill set. It's all about you. It brings a focus into what do you possess? What do you own? Tangibly, emotionally, spiritually. There can be something connected to your finances, your income, your sense of stability. It reaches this point of clarity or culmination. Remember that the sun opposite, it illuminates, it shows where we can see things, where there's going to be a culmination of. And so you might recognize possibly where your energy has just been overextended or where you crave more peace, more comfort, more security. You might recognize the predictability with grounding. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it asks you to slow down. It asks you to appreciate what you've already built rather than rushing towards the next goal. You have the sun in Scorpio. It's activating your eighth house. This is the house of where you are invested in other people, places, and things. It's shared resources. It's also the house of transformation, birth, death, and rebirth. It's highlighting this balance between what is yours and what is shared with other people, emotionally, financially, energetically. Now, what is also in alignment with this is we have the nodes. Now, let me connect all of these together so you can see the rectangle, because this is connecting with a sextile and a trine in this opposition. So this lunation, it forms this harmonious aspect between the nodes that are in Virgo and Pisces. It's guiding you in order to release overanalysis, Virgo energy, the south node. Where do I need to release? Where do I need to let go? And flow with divine trust. Pisces, north node, move towards that. Your soul lesson, it lies in recognizing that your own inner worth, it's inherent. It is not defined by your productivity or by your possessions. Ground into gratitude for the stability that you already have and be open to receiving support without fear of losing control. Spiritually, this is going to be a moment for you to affirm your worth, to realign with your true values, and to let the abundance that you find by standing still within your presence. A mantra for you can be, I honor my worth. I release control, and I trust that what is meant for me will flow easily into my life. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Taurus friends, this full moon is all about you. It is happening for you in your first house of your identity. The first house has to do with your self-expression, your personal direction. I always say it's like your business card at your website. It's who you are presenting to the world. It's literally marking this beautiful, powerful moment of culmination and an awakening for you. You are stepping into a deeper awareness, seeing clearly how much you have evolved since the Taurus new moon 6 months earlier this year. The spotlight is going to be all on you. Full moons, we see things. Things are being revealed. So this is about your needs, your desires, your body, your emotional truth. This is your invitation to honor who you've become and release all of these like layers of yourself that were shaped by other people's expectations. You have the sun that's opposite in your partnership sector. If you are the Taurus, the Scorpio area of your life represents everybody else: business partners, best friends, significant others, clients. The seventh house is the house of connections, the partnerships, the balance between self and others. It becomes this focus. There can be old relationship patterns that now come up that are revealed or shown to you. They surface so that you can claim your worth and you can set boundaries that reflect your authentic values. Now, this full moon, it also harmonizes with the nodes. And so it makes this beautiful connection between these four, bringing in all of the energy of releasing, letting go, and moving towards. This lunation, it harmonizes with the south node in the sign of Virgo and the north node in the sign of Pisces. And it's encouraging you to say, I have to move away from perfectionism or the need to have all the answers. And I have to untrust the unfolding of your spiritual path. Allow relationships and creative connections that align with your evolving sense or of purpose to settle in and deepen. You are being asked to soften, to trust your evolving sense of who you are becoming, and to allow new people and to experience those connections with others that can meet you where you are now, where you now stand. A mantra for you, Taurus, can be, I honor my growth and I trust that being my true self, it attracts the love and the opportunities that are meant for me to flow towards me. So for my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Gemini friends, this full moon is occurring in your 12th house. Now the 12th house is the house where we go to sit, to isolate. It's the house of rest, recovery, release. It's our subconscious. It's where we pause and tune out the outside world so we can tune in to our inside world. It brings these hidden emotions or long forgotten matters. It reveals them and brings them to the light. It's a deeply reflective and spiritual lunation. It really encourages you to slow down, to retreat from the noise, to tune it out, to block it out, and to listen to the quiet wisdom that can only be found from within. It's tuning into your dreams, your intuition, your ancestors. You might become aware of what has been draining your energy, habits, fears, secrets, old attachments that just no longer serve your peace. Now, the sun is opposite in the sign of Scorpio. Now, this is in your 6th house of work, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, your daily routines, the service that you give to other people. Now, this is inviting you to truly find harmony between productivity and your desire, your need for rest. You are realizing that true stability, it's not about doing more. It's creating systems that honor your emotional and your energetic well-being. Now, the moon is also in beautiful harmony with both of the nodes. Let me connect this together so you can see the box that holds them all together, the rectangle. This is a sextile and a trine. And now the moon's harmony with the south node that's in the sign of Virgo and the north node in the sign of Pisces. It offers us this release from the pressure to perfect every single detail. Instead, it calls you to trust into the divine timing, to embrace faith over logic. Dreams, they may be potent, symbolic, offering you insight into your deeper desires, your soul purpose. Look to take time to recharge, to reconnect to your spiritual practices, meditation, journaling, yoga, a time in nature that can help ground you. This full moon, it helps you to surrender your control and to tune in and trust your intuition and find serenity in the stillness. So a mantra for you can be, I release the need to know every answer, and I trust the universe to guide me towards peace. So for my Gemini friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Cancer friends, the moon is your chart ruler. It's always important for you to be following where it goes and what it does, especially if it's a full moon or a new moon. And so for you, you have this beautiful full moon in the earthy Taurus, the earthy sign of Taurus. It's lighting up your house of friendships and goals, collaborations, networks, your future dreams, things that you want to do for yourself and in connection with other people. Now, this reveals how your connections and your goals have transformed and evolved. You might see clearly which groups or which alliances they truly are a reflection of your values. And you can also, because the full moon reveals, you'll be able to see what no longer is aligned with your heart. This lunation, it brings these opportunities to celebrate these meaningful collaborations, but also to lovingly let go, let flow, and release these connections that just feel stagnant or feel out of sync with you. You have the sun in Scorpio. Now, the sun is opposite of illuminating things, and Scorpio is a deep water sign. It's illuminating your fifth house of creativity, passion, joy. You are being reminded that you need to nurture yourself with what inspires you and to share your authentic light with others. Balance. It comes from both honoring your personal expression and your role with who you're connected with the larger collective and the role that you will play in that. Now, this is also in harmony with the north and south node. They are connected by a trine and a sextile. Literally makes this big, beautiful rectangle. I absolutely love this because it's bringing in our past with our present. And so this harmonious link to the south node in Virgo and the north node in Pisces, it's encouraging you to push beyond and to move beyond analysis and be open to spiritual flow, to allow your intuition to be the guide of your creative visions and to trust that your dreams are unfolding in divine timing. This is going to be a moment that you're going to want to surround yourself with people who share you, who appreciate you, who uplift your spirit, and to support your growth. Your worth, it's reflected in the energy in which you attract. Remember, Scorpio brings in, draws in, and it also repels. This full moon, it's inviting you to embody your purpose through connection and clarity and creativity and compassion. And so for this full moon, a mantra can be, I attract kindred souls who reflect my light, and together we create a future that is rooted in love and trust. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Leo friends, you are ruled by the sun, and when the sun makes any major aspect, it's really important for you to pay attention and tune in. So you have the moon illuminating your 10th house, it's the highest point of your chart. It's your career, your reputation, your legacy. It's literally your life direction. It's bringing this moment of culmination or recognition within your professional world. The 10th house is also responsibilities, something that you've been building, perhaps a project or a goal or a personal aspiration. It's reaching its visible peak. You might receive acknowledgement for your efforts, or you might realize that now is the time for you to shift gears or to shift your path in order to align with your evolving sense of purpose. Taurus energy, it asks you to move with patience and confidence. It is slow and steady and methodical. Now, it's about honoring the steady progress that leads to lasting success. Now, opposite of it is the sun in Scorpio at the lowest part of your chart, the bottom, your home, your family, your roots, your emotional foundation. It reminds you that the external success, it means little without a strong foundation, without inner security. Finding balance between your public achievement and your own personal fulfillment becomes the key theme for you. This full moon is also in harmony, working in harmony with both of the nodes, the north and the south nodes. There's actually a sextile and a trine. And so it makes this beautiful rectangle where they're all working together. Now, the full moon wanting to work with the sun, and the full moon wanting to work with the south node in Virgo and the north node in Pisces. Take this as a way to guide you to release the need for control and to embrace the desire for trust in what is unfolding in your life. You are being asked to lead with authenticity and heart rather than just duty alone. This is going to be a time to ground your ambitions into the values that literally nourish your soul. Recognize that recognition, it arrives not for just what you do, but for who you've become in the process of life. So a mantra for you can be, I build success upon authenticity, and I trust that my true path, it unfolds with grace and purpose. So for my Leo friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Virgo friends, having this full moon in a fellow earth sign, it's in your 9th house. This is the house of wisdom and learning and studying. It's who you connect with on the outer world of higher learning, spirituality, religion, cross-cultural experiences. It's inviting you to see the bigger picture of your life's journey as it's unfolding. You might feel called to share your truth or to teach. It's the house of where you become a student or where the student becomes a teacher. It's you seeing the bigger picture of where you're going, exploring new philosophies that can deepen your own understanding of the world. There could be a project or a belief or a spiritual practice that now comes to an ending, a fruition, a culmination. It could be a class or a workshop. It's helping you to align with greater meaning and purpose. Now, standing opposite of it is the sun in Scorpio. And the sun is in your 3rd house of communication. It has to do with perception. It's where you connect with neighbors and siblings and cousins. It's asking you to bridge this gap between logic and intuition, to speak from your heart while still staying grounded within practical wisdom. Balance, it comes through by blending the details that you love with the trust in the unseen guidance that's shaping your path. This lunation, it's also in a harmonious aspect with the nodes. The nodes are in your first house of identity and your partnership sector. If you notice, they're making this beautiful rectangle, which I absolutely love because it's putting it all together. They're all working together. We know that this has to do with you and partnership and what you're doing. So this is marking this turning point within your spiritual evolution. You are releasing the need to have all the answers and to fix all the problems and to be perfect. Learning instead to flow with compassion, to flow with faith, to let go of the mental clutter and allow your heart to lead you. The universe, it now expands your horizons. It asks you to surrender these old narratives and that have kept you thinking small and move towards a connection with something that's higher. So a mantra for you can be, I release perfection and I open up my mind and my heart to higher truth, trusting that my path is unfolding in perfect time. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Libra friends, you have this beautiful full moon in the earth sign of Taurus in your 8th house. The 8th house is where you are invested or connected in other people's resources, or where your resources are connected, shared resources, transformation, emotional intimacy. This lunation brings deep insight into what you give and also what you receive financially, emotionally, energetically. Matters involving trust and control and power and commitment or shared finances, they can finally maybe reach a turning point for you. This is going to be a moment where you're going to want to reclaim your power by releasing these attachments or these fears that prevent true vulnerability. Now, Taurus, it teaches you to ground into your self-worth and find the stability within yourself. Now, the sun in Scorpio, which is opposite, is in your 2nd house of what is personally yours, your values, your possessions, your talents, your skill sets. It's reminding you that your abundance, it flows when you feel secure in who you are. Now, the balance, it comes from knowing your value and sharing from a place of empowerment, not from a place of obligation. Now, this full moon, it's working in harmony with both of the nodes, with a sextile and a trine. So we have it making this beautiful rectangle where everything is talking to each other and pushing for transformation. And so this full moon working with the south node in the sign of Virgo and the north node in the sign of Pisces, it's encouraging you to release the hidden guilt of self-criticism. And it's inviting the gentle surrender to compassion and to faith. It's to close your eyes and lean into it. Healing, it can come through forgiveness of yourself and of others. There can be this emotional renewal that follows when you trust that endings, they're just simply gateways to a deeper connection and a purpose. And so spiritually, this lunation, it helps you to merge depth with serenity and passion with peace and transform your fear into freedom. So a mantra for you can be, I release old fears and open to intimacy that is rooted in trust and knowing that vulnerability, it brings me strength and renewal. So for my Libra friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Scorpio friends, you are having this full moon lunation in your partnership sector. Your seventh house represents partnerships, commitments, best friends, significant others. This is clients. This is where we sign documents and sign contracts. This marks this moment of clarity with all of your one-on-one connections, your relationships, whether it's romantic or professional or platonic, collaborative. Something now comes to fruition, an ending, a culmination, because that's what full moons do. They reveal things that we didn't know before. It reveals what is working for you and what needs healing. You might experience this turning point in a close bond or a connection with a best friend or a partnership, or you might recognize how you've grown through your reflections in others. The moon in Taurus, it encourages stability and patience and grounded love, while the sun in Scorpio, the sun being in your first house of your identity, it's what you bring to the table. It's highlighting your self-awareness, your authenticity. This axis between who you are and with others, it asks you to balance your own independence with your collaboration, your connections, your learning to stand firm, and when to open up your heart. Now, this lunation is in a harmonious aspect with a sextile and a trine with the nodes. So we have the moon connected to the north node in Pisces, and the sun connected to the south node in Virgo. Everything is working in harmony here. This harmonious aspect, it deepens the theme of trust and let go, surrender for you. It's releasing the urge to truly analyze or to look at, to control the outcomes, and instead align with relationships or partnerships that can nurture your soul's purpose, your soul's peace. The spiritual growth, it can now come through compassion and forgiveness and seeing the divine purpose in every interaction that you have. This full moon, it invites you to honor what is real, relationships that reflect your values and support mutual evolution. You are learning that true evolution, true intimacy, it begins with self-acceptance and the courage to love openly. So a mantra can be, I honor the balance between giving and receiving, allowing love to flow with trust, truth, and emotional grace. So for my Scorpio friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Sagittarius friends, you are having this beautiful full moon in your sixth house of your daily habits, your health, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional well-being, your service to other people. It really brings attention into how do you care for your mind, your body, your spirit, in alignment, something in your everyday rhythm, your work, your wellness, your habits. It's now going to be reaching this culmination, this closure, or it's about a realization. Remember, full moons, they show us things that we didn't know before. It's about seeing something and understanding something. You might be called to simplify or to create more sustainable routines for yourself, or to possibly release responsibilities that just no longer serve your health and well-being. Taurus energy, it asks that you slow down, that you nurture consistency rather than chase these endless expansion. Now, you have the sun in the sign of Scorpio in your 12th house. This is the house of rest and spirituality. It's reminding you that productivity without peace, it will drain your vitality. If you don't make yourself a priority, your mind, your body, your spirit, the balance, it arises through sacred rest. Your body will force you to slow down. This is about you tuning into sacred rest, grounding practices and mindful presence within your work. Now, this lunation is working in harmony with both of our nodes. It's in a sextile and it's in a trine. So we have this beautiful rectangle bringing everything together. Now, this lunation connecting the south node in the sign of Virgo is releasing and letting go, and the north node in Pisces is leaning in. It's encouraging the release of perfectionism or overthinking. True progress, it comes through trust and flow, not control. You are being guided in order to integrate your mind, your body, your soul, aligning your actions with your own inner truth, your own inner compass. This is about health and purpose, that they are intertwined when you approach each task with heart-centered awareness. Spiritually, this full moon, it's inviting you to honor the sacred in the ordinary and to find serenity in the simple rituals of care. So a mantra for you can be, I ground my energy in peace and purpose, creating balance through mindful work and soulful rest. So for my Sagittarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Capricorn friends, you are having a full moon in a fellow earth sign. So this feels good. It feels natural for you. It's illuminating your fifth house of creativity, of romance, of self-expression, art, beauty, music. It brings this joyful culmination to something that began months ago. You might find yourself reconnecting to an inspiration or rediscovering what brings you genuine pleasure. Or you could be celebrating the progress in a small, a personal project or a love connection. This is the house of lovers. This lunation, it reminds you to slow down, to savor the simple joys of being present in your own light. Full moons, they bring closures and culminations and endings. They reveal to us things that we have not seen before, or it is now being shown to us that there can be a natural ending to it. They're illuminated by having the sun opposite. So the sun is in the sign of Scorpio in your 11th house of community, your long-term dreams. And so it's asking you to find this balance between your creative individuality and your role in the collective goals with others, because both areas, they call for you to be authentic. It's you expressing what feels true while still aligning with people who appreciate yourself, your essence. Now, this full moon is working in harmony with the north and south nodes. It has a sextile and a trine, and it's creating this beautiful rectangle that everything is talking together. And so working with the south node in Virgo is releasing, and the north node in Pisces is moving towards. It brings this spiritual renewal through faith, through flow. You are being guided to release rigid expectations about outcomes and trust the creative process itself. Let your imagination lead you. Resist the urge to just always overanalyze. The more you trust your own natural rhythm, the more abundance and connection flow to you. This is truly a heart-centered awakening for you. It's reminding you that your joy is sacred and creativity is your birthright. A mantra for you can be, I honor the beauty of my authentic expression and allow joy and love and inspiration to flow freely through me. So for my Capricorn friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Aquarius friends, this full moon is illuminating your fourth house of home, your roots, your foundation. The bottom part of your chart, the fourth house of your chart, it's the base of which we build everything upon. And so it's highlighting what feels safe to you, what feels stable, what needs nurturing. This is all about your personal life. You might have this realization about your living situation or a family matter or your need for deeper emotional grounding. Taurus energy, it invites you to slow down, to pause in order to create things that can sustain your soul. Full moons, they bring about closures and endings, and they reveal to us things that we didn't know or couldn't see before. The opposite is the sun in Scorpio. And so this is the highest point of your chart. It's the 10th house. It's your career, your reputation, your legacy, your responsibilities. It's asking you to find this balance between your outer responsibilities and your own inner peace. If you have been pouring your energy into these public roles, this lunation, it's really going to remind you to nourish your own inner world, to tend to it, the space where your true strength grows. Now, this lunation is working in harmony with the north and the south nodes. It's actually creating this beautiful rectangle where it is in a sextile and a trine. So everything is flowing, moving towards growth, evolution. Because it's working in harmony with the South Node in Virgo of what do I release and let go, and the North Node in Pisces, what do I draw in, this full moon is encouraging you a release of overanalysis or the need to perfect your foundation. Trust that being in alignment, you are being guided towards these environments, these relationships that support your emotional evolution. This is a time to truly define home, not just like as a place, but as a feeling of belonging within yourself. Spiritually, this lunation, it helps you to restore balance between achievement and emotional nourishment. And so a mantra for you can be, I find peace within myself, and I build my life upon foundations of love and security and my soul alignment. So for my Aquarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Pisces friends, you are having this moon, this Taurus full moon in your third house of communications, learning, local connections, like think neighbors and siblings and cousins. It's literally bringing awareness, revealing and showing you things of how you share your voice, your ideas with others into the world. There can be conversations or writing or short-term projects that can maybe reach this point of completion or clarity. Remember, full moons reveal to us, they show us things, they bring about endings. Taurus energy is grounding in your thoughts. It's helping you to express yourself with calm and with confidence and authenticity. Now, opposite is the sun in Scorpio. We cannot have a full moon without the sun being opposite of. The sun in Scorpio is activating your ninth house of higher wisdom and learning and your belief systems. It's cross-cultural experiences. It's foreign people, places, and things. It's teaching and it's publishing, and it's where the student becomes the teacher. And so this is inviting you to truly balance what you know and what you feel. You may be inspired to teach or to travel or to expand your worldview. Yet this lunation, it reminds you that you need to integrate these big visions into practical everyday action. Now, there's this beautiful flow with the nodes, and because you have your south node in Virgo in your partnership sector and the north node in your first house of identity, all of this is working in perfect harmony, creating this beautiful rectangle of a trine and a sextile that's bringing this powerful moment of personal growth for you. You are being guided to move beyond self-doubt or overthinking. That's the Virgo South Node. And for you to step fully into spiritual trust and self-belief. Pisces North Node, your first house of identity. Your intuition is your compass. Speak from your heart and let your words carry this healing energy. This full moon, it reconnects you with your authentic voice, reminding you that your truth, it can inspire peace and understanding. A mantra for you can be, I speak with love, I listen with presence, and I trust that my voice, it carries the wisdom of my soul. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below.